So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's the Yank, and we're going to attempt to solve today's Guardian Cryptic. And we've got a fabulous red wine. On Sunday, I had a friend over to guest solve for the day, and he's also going to be doing some solving on the New York Times on Mondays and Tuesdays in the future as I go on vacation. Still looking for a guest solver for the Guardian. If anybody out there has the nerve, because believe me, it takes a lot of it. But he brought a friend with him who brought over this fabulous red wine, and this is an Albarossa Primativo, and this is from the Palama estate. And on the nose, very cassis, heavy. It's got plum. It's got some dark tree fruit, and I wasn't able to ascertain earlier for sure, but now I know I'm smelling the cherries in it. And there is a bit of a terroir that kind of reminds me of like a sage and a bit of maybe basil. But it's just very, very fresh, very, very fruity and very fresh. It's very wonderful. It's had about 45 minutes to adjust to oxygenation, but it has not calmed down and it has not needed to. It has a fabulous, fabulous finish on it. And it is just, we're talking 0 tannins, so there's no dietary restrictions. This wine is a free agent. It can play for anyone. I would probably avoid the muesli. Otherwise, this is fabulous. So you can get your hands on this one. I'd say, yeah, go for it. I don't know the price because the price was... well, it's not something I discussed with the person who gave it to me as a gift. So I just don't look the gift horse in the mouth, so to speak. So might want to, but you don't. So we don't. But fabulous wine. This is one of, I mean, again, has so many good Italian and Spanish wines this year. It has been such a wonderful year for tastings. And sometimes I can hear my wife's social media behind me, and I think I hear her laughing at me. And then I think, no, she'd have to be paying attention to laugh at me. So, no worries there. That ain't gonna happen. Let's hop into our grid here, see what we got for the day. It is a beautiful Tuesday. We had a wonderful day today at work. So let's see here. We've got Guardian Cryptic number 29747. See, does that sound like it changed from yesterday? It does not. The number just seems to stay the same. I know it's different because this one's set by Paul. And we didn't have Paul yesterday. You know, I mean, I get that. I'm just saying. It just seems like the number never changes, right? You know, I'm sure the solve number, which is a 1078 for today, I'm sure that seems like it hasn't changed either. But I feel those numbers changing. I'm the one doing those, right? So I don't know. Let's see. But all right, Paul, we're going to probably be here for a long time because that's how I feel about when I'm doing your grids, Paul. Title earned, a first in medicine secured. Deity in Prince direct. Okay. A chevron in a figure behind a curved shape. Really? So we got 2, 2, 1, and 6. So just putting that together in my brain on the logic factor, if I come over here and I go down, if I had 5 letters, I'd say this is... well, I don't. I have 6, so why even bother with it? I don't know. I've got Do Me a Solid in my head for some reason. That 2, 2, 1, and 6, so... I don't know what it would be. Okay. Tedious. Anything but in the wisdom of cattle. Incarcerate bishop, for example, in robes of cardinal. In robes of cardinal. The fool had nuts, fruit, and veg, etc. So maybe health food at 6 and 4? Seems to line up. In this, leader flies solo round outskirts of Chile. With 3, 5, and 3. I'm going to go for Air Force One. I don't know how to parse in just yet. Outskirts of Chile. But okay. I mean, in this leader flies solo. I don't know. Air Force One. All right. Acrobatic flick and roll. 8. Got an A here. So blank A, blank, blank. Blank, 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 blank. So any chance this is a K. Question posed by Buddhist, right out of Holy Book. That's probably a koan, which I always think of as everything that Yoda says. You know, he's always got like these little anecdotes of wisdoms, and really it's like statements that he just turns into a question, you know. Just say whatever, you know. Which is the way? The real question is, the way is which? You know, or something like that. You know, just like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make you all wise or stuff. I don't know. So, acrobatic flick in roll. I'm going to go with a back flip. I always feel like on the Guardian, I have to show my work. It's like I'm taking an algebra test or something, and I got to have my scratch paper to show my work. And I don't ever feel that way when I'm doing New York Times, but that's because New York Times comes natural, and this one is always an absolute mental struggle, but it's a good one. Stripper managed to break a joint bending backwards. Okay. All right, of course, got it. Florist, say, arrives and rose finally pulled from wreath. Well, a florist is an arranger, and much like the aristocracy of England, you say, oh, you're a medical doctor, so you're a mere bone setter. Well, then fine, you're a florist, are you? A mere arranger. So, designer range of beers with one exported. We have a lager something. L blank G. Guessing a lager something. Label cut for breakfast food. Oh, brand. Label. Brand. Cut for breakfast food. So we just chop that D off. We'll call it brand. That's clever. And stripper managed to break a joint bending backwards. And I don't... We've got 7 letters here. And I don't know, but this looks like a piranha to me. Piranha. It was like, you know, there had to be a reason for that name, you know. It's the piran, and the piran is a very, very vicious fish. It will just strip you of all your flesh in seconds. Ah, piran? Ha! Kind of a thing, right? Maybe that's what it was. Maybe then they found what actually happened, you know, like, oh, I learned my lesson. I got no leg meat left, right? So, okay. Designer range of beers with one exported. I mean, do we have Lagerfeld as in Karl Lagerfeld? I hope so, because I really have a wonderful anecdote. That was my favorite cologne on the planet until you couldn't find it anymore. All of a sudden, it went from being sold at like Neiman Marcus to it made its way to like Macy's, and then to like the value save money where you dress places like Ross and I guess in Europe TK Maxx, right? It was TJ Maxx in the United States, but TK Maxx is TJ Maxx's older and certainly more sophisticated European cousin. Person encrypting information ending on the radio. So I got 5 letters with a D in the end. We're talking encrypting. I'm going to go with coder just to start. That R, criminal taking the lower street, one going straight on the outside. All right, that's, yeah. Sweat produced collecting land tax once. Smack heel in disco dance. Indicating in slang I screwed up. Slang I screwed up. So screwed up. I'm going to go with an anagram on this one. So signal. Why not? Warum nicht? Warum nicht? Let's see. C9 across. Okay. I think we already did that. Smack heel and disco dance. Gotta dance 5 minutes. Let's try a tango. Because it fits. And one gets squeezed in front of carriage as soon as train moves. One gets squeezed. And I can just see it too. You know, I can see it going there. Like the accordion or concertina. Do me a favor. So I was kind of on it with do me a solid, and I don't even know if that's even a thing to say in the UK. Do me a solid. But maybe we got something going with this. Title earned, a first in medicine secured. Madam? So tedious. Okay, so that could be monotonous. Did I spell that right? Is it monotonous? I cannot remember. Honestly. I mean, I've got a pretty good vocabulary, but spelling kind of gotten wayward on that since, you know, all the autocorrect and crap, you know. Incarcerate bishop, for example, in robes of cardinal. So maybe remand. And deity and prince direct. Direct could be to marshal. And you've got a deity in the Roman god Mars, and I guess maybe Prince Hal. Personal details with which leader in government accesses sensitive area. Are y'all making an Elon joke with this? Okay. This is funny. It is funny. Permitted furniture in retirement home. Energy repeatedly drained from dignified old band. And see this U and that O here is just telling me old, dignified old. I mean, I'm making status quo. Quo. Let's get this straight, Christopher. Cuts of beef taken from this. Say what ought to go with knife. This could be 4/4. So a theater, fine, well set up for musical performance. Okay, let's look at a rock opera here. Well, I'm loving this grid so far. So criminal taking the lower street, one going straight on the outside, and this looks like something that I felt like was uniquely suited to the Wild Wild West. So we'll go with a rustler, and sweat produced collecting land tax once. So these may be water rates. Why do I do that? Water rates. Books everyone can see wrapped in the Indian cloth. Sticker, insect, attached to mammal. Sticker. Insect attached to mammal. Wheels and a sofa bed sheared off. Wheels, maybe an auto? A charger dropping tail in familiar walk. Walk. Bone, first of all, and upper legs, no arms. Arms. Lower arm, how about the ulna? Well, this is really what it's going to be hinging on here. So I guess books everyone can see wrapped in the Indian cloth. I could say a thesauri, and then you kind of have the sari, but then you, maybe under wraps, under, so with the U that would go in there. I mean, I guess. So I can see this now as a sealant, a seal ant. So, and then a charger dropping tail in familiar walk. So to walk could be to ambulate. And honestly, permitted, maybe grantable. I feel really good about everything unless I misspelled monotonous, but monotone. So I don't think I did. I'm sure I misspelled something else. And piranha is always a fun one for me. Let's see how we do. How do we do, Bob? Let's do it 3 times. Make sure that Bob finds the glitch. Doesn't seem like I got one. I think I got it all together here, which is pretty cool. I'll smile at that one. I mean, we'll forego the fireworks. I mean, it's not like I'm 12 years old and expecting a big birthday party or something anymore. But really, this is just good stuff. I mean, I get pretty tickled whenever I make this happen. It's becoming more often than not, though, for a change. But again, it goes back to everyone being so very kind and helpful and always being there for me. Always willing to kind of help out with that one. And so, yeah. But you see here where it says 61 comments. After every grid, I go read through all of them because invariably you get some answers as to how people got to stuff, right? And so that's been a really good resource for me. But on the whole, what a fabulous grid, Paul. I love this one. It didn't take me an hour as usual here, so gotta love that. Let's go ahead and bring down our Bannier d'Adieu. So Shotzi says I've been a little cynical lately because, well, the world's kind of on fire. And it has been pretty easy to just be kind of cynical. And so I should probably try to be a little bit more positive as it goes. So I just wanted to say we've just had wonderful comments overnight, and I'm going to get to those here momentarily while these are edited and uploading. And I had horrible hiccups today. But I just want to say, in a not so cynical manner, until we see you tomorrow for the Wednesday Guardian Cryptic, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen, tschüss, servus, grüß Gott, ciao, Cin-Cin. And you know what? Be well, be healthy, be nice to your friends and your family, but be especially nice to strangers you encounter. And if they're behind you in line, maybe leave the change for them. That would be kind as well. Cheers. Cin-Cin. Be well until tomorrow, and we will see you then. Take care.